Which Brawlhalla Legends could lift Mjolnir, aka Thor's hammer? Well, for one to be able to wield Thor's hammer in the first place, they have to be worthy. So in this video, I will be going through every legend currently in the game and deciding based off their lore if they are capable to lift Thor's hammer. Okay, so let's briefly recap what it means to actually be worthy to even lift the hammer. Well, there is a video that discusses the truth behind this, and I agree with what they say. It's not just about being willing to do the right thing and sacrifice yourself for others, aka being heroic. The video basically goes off to say being worthy doesn't necessarily mean doing all of that heroic stuff, but being humble and mindful enough to not use power by thinking about that violent means alone. First, being mature to respect power, to not willingly use it in battle. Otherwise, Iron Man was willing to sacrifice himself in both The Avengers and Avengers Endgame with his heroics and still couldn't lift the hammer in Avengers Age of Ultron. I hope you guys could understand that explanation, and with that being said, let's get into it.
Bodvar.
According to his lore, he grew up feared and mistrusted by his own people. Final judgment, unworthy.
Cassidy.
A bit of a weird one. Her lore states that she pretty much doesn't quite truly understand how justice works, in the sense that even she has some unlikely friends who wouldn't trust her. Final judgment, unworthy.
Orion.
The mysterious stranger. If his lore is what I assume, and he is the villain to Artemis and a threat to all of Asgard, then it would depend on the type of villain he is. Because even Thanos could lift Thor's hammer, although he was just a bit of a misguided person. Final judgment, worthy.
Lord Vrax.
His ambitions and goals are despicable. He judges the weak, is overconfident, and once destroyed a planet because he didn't like the color of the beaches. Final judgment, unworthy.
Nash.
I mean, he was here before the Primordials and was, in my opinion, had to be the most powerful being for his time. Nowadays, he's a survivor and nothing more, but he isn't evil. Final judgment, worthy.
Queen Kai.
She is willing to do whatever it takes to help her people survive, but still wants places like Asgard to fall. Final judgment, unworthy.
Hattori.
A half-demon ninja who wants to get revenge against Kagima for taking her sisters. I'd say that because of her demon blood inside her, increasing her lust for battle, she probably isn't qualified. Final judgment, unworthy.
Sir Roland.
His lore indicates he fights for fun and glory, for the thrill of the hunt, so I doubt he would even care too heavily about good or evil. But final judgment, unworthy.
Scarlet.
Mostly because of the fact that she did body Thor in a fight, I'm going to say final judgment, unworthy.
Thatch.
He is literally a lunatic who aids to scheme with Lord Vrax to conquer Valhalla. Final judgment, unworthy. And there you have it, a list of the first 10 legends in Brawlhalla, whether they are able to be worthy enough to lift the hammer or not. Let's move on to the next 10 legends in the game.
Ada.
She founded the Right Wrong Cavaliers in Miami Dome against the Mayor's Baby Food Corporation. Her heart is in the right place and she isn't some power-hungry warlord. Final judgment, worthy.
Sentinel.
He is the hammer of justice. He lurks in Valhalla to help those he can. Nothing more to say. Final judgment, worthy.
Lucian.
He simply strives around in Valhalla purely for the sake of wanting wealth and power. Before that, would steal whatever he could. Final judgment, unworthy.
Taros.
Not much to say really. He was brought to Valhalla by Brynn and strode in the Fangwild a little bit for survival, and before that was barely surviving in Dragonfall. Final judgment, worthy.
Brynn.
Clearly being on the side of good, being a Valkyrie, as well as being born and raised in every corner of Asgard, has a final judgment, worthy.
Asuri.
Soon discovered at the age of 12 that her family have evil mindsets, her uncle even setting out a spirit to devour her. As a character herself though, not enough info to truly say. Final judgment? I'll let you decide in the comment section down below. if you made it this far in the video.
Barasa.
Grew up a rough lifestyle. I would say I don't expect him to show many people mercy after what he's had to go through, as he knows Valhalla is another threat to overcome with violence. Final judgment, unworthy.
Ember.
This should be an easy one. She guarded the Fangwald for thousands of years, rescued Bodvar and Teros, fights in Valhalla to bring back peace. Final judgment, worthy.
Azov.
While he enjoys his retirement in Asgard, the eternal life is not easily broken. Some may say there is not enough evidence to support, but I'd say final judgment, worthy.
Koji.
He cut his own path into Valhalla and attempted to create his own legacy after knowing he wouldn't inherit his father's goods. Final judgment, unworthy. Okay, there you have it, a list of the next 10 legends in order based off of how worthy they would be to wield Mjolnir. Let's move on to the next 7 legends.
Olgrim.
He is a son of Ivaldi, who were the original creators of Asgard itself, and he took part in a group called Nidavellir, which made Thor's hammer. Olgrim as a character appears to be friendly, as he is a part of the group with Ada and Fate and Isaiah. Final judgment, worthy.
Diana.
Once a former member of the Order of the Exalted Lion, she turned against them when she discovered a corruption within the Order, meaning she is good, however at the same time plots gold to destroy the likes of the wicked like Mordex and Azov. However, final judgment, worthy.
Dala.
Defeated the Orc warlord, saving Dragonfall and leading their armies of all terror to victory against Azov. Final judgment, worthy.
Kor.
He matched fists with the god of thunder himself, but was created by Dusk and his magic. It's hard to say for sure, but I would say final judgment, worthy.
Wusha.
The Traveler. He has been through a lot, just like Razab, but ultimately is relieved to find that he doesn't have to fight with killing. Final judgment, worthy.
Thou.
Is an android just like the Vision, who was able to lift the hammer, and although she is mostly choosing to do evil, as much as it pains me to say this, final judgment, worthy.
Ragnar.
He is a dragon that can take on human form, and actually teams with Ember and loathes Dusk's ambitions. Final judgment, worthy. Well, there you have it, a list of the first 27 legends in the game who could wield Thor's hammer Mjolnir. I would continue with the rest, but the video would go on for too long for my liking, and so subscribe to find out the rest of the results for the rest of the legends in a part 2 video coming soon, and consider leaving a like if you enjoyed this video as well. With that being said, my name is Craig, and I'll catch you next time.